Anyway, we move on. You mentioned the Bray Wyatt interview in the back of the arena. And before you mention what you thought, which I'm kind of aware of, I will say again that this guy can talk, and he can talk convincingly, and he makes it sound like he's saying it. I don't know why they put the spooky background music behind the promo, because he's so real that made it fake. Like the old TNA sit-down interviews when they had the dramatic music underneath, and it just killed the whole fucking thing, because then all you could think of was, well, they're just being fake. Here's a guy talking real, but is there a fucking cassette player on, next to him in the bowels of the building, next to the goddamn janitor's closet? Where's the music coming from? Why do we need that? We don't. Just listen to the fucking guy. I don't have a clue what he said, but he sounded great saying it. He knows who you are and what you're trying to do. Explain to me, Brian, exactly what Bray Wyatt was saying in this promo.
You said it best. He's very convincing. He's very believable. I have no idea what he said. I have no idea what he's referring to or what he said. Nothing about this has pulled me in. This all seems like the same old Bray Wyatt. Maybe from before he had the demon mask and he was burning stuff, including himself. But I don't like this at all. The music put it over the top. Now he's just doing, again, these mystical promos. Even during the opening match, there was a moment they flashed that Bray Wyatt crap on the screen.
I forgot about that, yeah.
So it's just...
But the announcers didn't refer to it. It just happens.
Hey, look, I love Sherlock Holmes. I've read every Sherlock Holmes short story. I'm a big fan of Sherlock Holmes. And after you read it, sometimes you're like, man, I wish I could do some detective work. Wrestling fans want to be their little detectives and figure out these Bray Wyatt clues. I get it. It's fun. When I was a kid, Captain Crunch went missing. We had to try to find him with shit in his cereal. I
remember that. I was in my 20s at the time, I think, but I remember the commercials.
But the people who were holding on to this Bray Wyatt stuff like it's great. It's great for what it is, and what it is not professional wrestling. And that's my biggest problem with it. That's why he's my least favorite wrestler. None of this belongs on a wrestling show. And if anything else on this show's serious, and this guy's in a spooky basement with Halloween sounds, and then there's just various cut images into the show, like it's the young ones or something, I hate this. I really hate this. He's a great promo, unless you want to understand what the fuck he's talking about. But he's very convincing. You can look him in the eyes, and he'll tell you all this, and when you're done, you won't even know what to say, because you don't even know what he said. You have no idea what he said. You like him. You're giving him a chance. You have no idea what the hell he said. What did he say? He had like 3 minutes there to do a speech. What did he say?
Well, here's the thing. It's like Handsome Jimmy Valiant. His interviews, if you wrote them down and read them, didn't make a lick of sense, but the way he said it, it sounded like something he would say. At least Bray Wyatt doesn't sound like he's being told what to say. We just can't figure out what it is. But I'm thinking that if they take this guy with his talent for speaking and actually give him some kind of story to tell that makes sense and that you will understand what's going on, it might be interesting. So I'm still open here. I'm still open.
What? You see what's going to happen. There's going to be ghosts and goblins and mystical lightning and just people showing up dressed as weird fucking puppet animals. It's going to be all of this.
And then I'm going to take that opportunity to say, well, they fucking ran me off again.
But see it coming. It's like us with AEW. We warned everyone. You see it coming. Don't deny. Tell me you see it coming. Do you see it coming? You know where this is going. You know where this is going.
I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but it looks like the headlight of the oncoming train.
If he's in the bowels of the building, this is the perfect way to do an AEW WWE crossover. He runs into Moxley.
He might still run into Mankind. Mankind might be still down in the bowels of the building. Every time we went to an arena in those days, we had to find the bowels first thing so they could light the bowels. You'd be surprised how many storage facilities I've been in major NBA arenas around the country.
Is that a favorite word of Vince's?
The bowels of the building. That is exactly. Where is Mankind in the bowels this week?